All right, we have lacrimal, supraorbital, supratrochlear. Again, this is supraorbital, this is supratrochlear. You see supraorbital coming through the supraorbital notch. As we come down here, there should be an external nasal branch of the anterior ethmoidal here, and those are the branches off of ophthalmic. We come down here, these are both, this is infraorbital, and these two nerves out here are zygomaticofacial. Zygomaticotemporal would be coming up here. Those are branches of maxillary. So zygomaticotemporal, zygomaticofacial, and infraorbital are branches of maxillary branch of trigeminal. Those nerves are sensory only. Down here we've got the mental nerve coming through the mental foramen, and that's a branch of mandibular, which is also sensory only. As we look on the other side, this is the auriculotemporal nerve, which is a branch off of mandibular branch of trigeminal, so this is sensory. And then we have the facial nerve here. Facial nerve is going to have temporal branch of the facial, zygomatic branch of the facial, buccal branch of the facial, mandibular branch of the facial, cervical branch of the facial, and posterior auricular branch of the facial. So these you must differentiate branch of the facial to differentiate them from branches of trigeminal. Again, temporal, zygomatic, buccal, mandibular, cervical, branch of the facial nerve. These are motor only versus trigeminal is sensory only. Again, if we look at kind of the same thing on this model here, we've got lacrimal, supraorbital, supratrochlear, infratrochlear, external nasal branch of the anterior ethmoidal. We come out here, this is going to be zygomaticotemporal on the outside right here, and we should have zygomaticofacial coming through here, infraorbital coming through here. So this one has infraorbital on this side. Supraorbital, supratrochlear, infratrochlear, infraorbital. They're kind of random branches. This is auriculotemporal here, and then these are the branches of the facial, temporal, zygomatic, buccal, mandibular, cervical branches of the facial. So make sure you can differentiate branches of the facial versus branches of trigeminal. As we come around to this side, we see some of the branches of mandibular branch of trigeminal. This is the lingual nerve, which is being joined by the chordae tympani nerve. Chordae tympani nerve joining the lingual nerve. This is the inferior alveolar nerve, which should be giving off the nerve to mylohyoid before it enters the jaw. So this is all inferior alveolar nerve, which is going to give off the mental nerve, which comes out here. So this is lingual, chordae tympani, inferior alveolar. By the way, these muscles, this is the medial pterygoid coming down like this, and the lateral pterygoid coming across like this. Medial pterygoid, lateral pterygoid. This is the buccinator. This is temporalis. Buccinator is not a muscle of mastication, it's a muscle of facial expression. Medial and lateral pterygoid, temporalis, and masseter are your muscles of mastication, which are innervated by mandibular branch of trigeminal. Boom.